Hi everyone, Aiden here at the etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how the Yakima FreshTrack fits on top of our 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. So this is going to be a rooftop ski and snowboard carrier. It's going to hold your gear in between these two spring-loaded jaws that open up to reveal these large rubber pads on the inside that will grip down on our gear, both protecting it and keeping it still. Now, this method of carrying skis and snowboards is really nice because it's going to be a lot cheaper than a rooftop box. It's going to be more space effective and it won't add near as much height to your vehicle. The downside to that though is that your gear is going to be exposed to the elements, so if you're driving in bad weather, it's going to be exposed to all of that, but you still do have the security benefits. These large buttons on the outside do lock up, making sure that all of your stuff stays secure inside. And then for the tool-free clamps that install it on our crossbars, we've got this set screw that will prevent the hand knobs from being turned whenever it's tightened down. This isn't my favorite thing in the world, just because a metal screw into a plastic hand knob over time is going to wear it down. And it's not the most secure thing. A lock core would definitely be better, but honestly, I don't think too many people are going to be messing with this whenever you're not around. It's just nice to know that there is some sort of measure in place to help keep your stuff safe. Now, onto the buttons. They are very large. They're super easy to press with the palm of your hand, so if you've got large gloves or mittens on, you're not going to have to worry about messing with it and struggling with it to get them open because the buttons are exposed, they're quite large, and they're not recessed. There's multiple latching points, so if you've got maybe some snowboards stacked on top of each other or your skis stacked on top of each other like that, we can ratchet it down at different levels to make sure everything's tight. Getting everything removed, you can see it is a bit of a reach to get to the top of the carrier. That's just kind of the nature with taller vehicles though. If we wanted to get to these very inner spots, we'd probably have to step inside the door jamb. And this is even the smaller version of this carrier. There's a slightly larger one that just gets longer, and that one's going to be even more difficult to load because it puts more things closer to the center of your roof rack. Just something to keep in mind whenever you're looking at these carriers, that the larger you go, generally the harder they'll be to load and unload. Now, with that in mind though, if you want an alternative, the Kuat grip is a great option because it actually has sliding bottom trays. You open up the arms, bring the bottom tray out, and that'll actually slide all of your gear towards you on the ground rather than having to climb up in to get it like I am right now. It is a fair bit more expensive, but it is a really nice feature for these taller vehicles. Now, for actual usable space, I'm going to measure from the inside edge to the inside edge of those jaws, and that's going to be 18.5 inches. So you can lay out your gear at home, see if it fits within those dimensions, and know if you need to go with this one or the larger one for all your stuff. Like I mentioned, that install is tool-free. The clamps are adjustable to fit different widths of crossbars, so if you've got factory bars that are maybe a bit thinner, or maybe some rounder square bars, you can get these to fit really well. It does add a bit more height than some of the other carriers, coming in at 5.25 inches from the top of your crossbars to the top of the carrier, but compared to the roof box alternative, those sometimes stick up 19 or 20 inches, sometimes even more than that. So if you're worried about clearance in a parking garage, this shouldn't add too much height to your vehicle. Just keep in mind that it's there. Otherwise though, I think it's a really solid option. For me, I like the buttons and the jaws on this one the most out of some of the other carriers. It's very easy to install and very easy to operate. So for me, it's a great pick for the Grand Cherokee L. Thanks for watching.